Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to The Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode, a special episode of All Things Beauty. Today is our 100th episode. That is 100. Crazy, Amethyst, isn't
100.
it? 100th episode. It's so. I think it's cool that we're hosting because we're kind of newer to the platform, and so newer, but we super appreciate it. You know what I mean? And so to be here and hosting the 100th episode is
monumental.
Awesome. Yeah. And it's just amazing what, Gary does here at the Sphere, and being able to be a part of this show, which is one of about 15 or 16 different shows here with the Sphere, is really, really cool. So I'm excited to be along for the ride.
When we first started thinking about kind of the 100th show, and I was like, we're approaching 100 already.
Yeah,
like, Mama, we made it. But no, Gary, we made it.
I know, right?
We're here.
We made it. We're still here.
Yeah, and still rocking.
Awesome.
And still doing well.
Yes.
So things are amazing. And
that's great.
So grateful.
Awesome. Well, we definitely want to kick off the show by letting you know that we are tuning in with you, or you're tuning in with us on Facebook Live. We'll be doing that for about 15 minutes or so. So make sure you go and subscribe to us on the various channels that we're on: YouTube, Stitcher, Google Play. We'll have a little bit more information about that here in a little bit. But make sure you subscribe so that you can catch our show once we cut after 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, Amethyst, what do you have on your lips today, girl?
So one day I'm going to do something different. One day. I'm really just sticking in the pink, the purple, and the red family.
Right.
Plums and berries, if you will. But stunner.
Yeah.
So I just can't let it go.
You're going to make me go buy it.
But you know what I've been doing? And I guess I think I'm sly. I've been remixing it. So I have all these different lip recipes, but still incorporating Stunna in some way, or even just some blue-based red.
Right.
So today I used a purple liner, kind of a plum liner underneath it all to line the entire lip, or both lips. And then I used the red on top. So to create kind of like a deeper hue to it. But it's still just Stunna.
Right. Well, I think it's working because even though I know you like reds, it doesn't look like the few times that we've been together and hosted, it doesn't look like the same color.
Okay.
So I can tell that
that's what I'm going for.
Adding on, the lip liners or whatnot is changing the dimension of the color because it doesn't look like, the same
Mission
color.
Accomplished. Thanks.
But yeah, I'm going to get it because I think blue-based reds look great on brown skins.
Don't they?
Yeah. I think every shade of brown needs a blue-based red.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Agreed.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm kind of the same way. I'm a nude girl. I love nudes. And it took forever for me to get comfortable with nudes because I grew up with the unfortunate misconception that brown skin girls don't look good in nudes. I know, isn't that awful?
Horrible.
That's a whole nother show. But so I have on one of my favorite nudes called So Me. It is a liquid matte lipstick from MAC. So they have a new, it's not that new, maybe about a year or so.
Okay.
But line of nudes, they're actual liquid mattes, which that's kind of the thing right now.
I love it. Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I just lined with cork underneath and then put it on top, and it just kind of, it's kind of like a very muted, kind of mauvey nude.
Yes.
So I love it.
And I'm loving it. Yeah, the color payoff looks really nice and rich. And I feel like even if you wanted a glossier effect, you can add on a gloss to that and it will still work well.
Right. And then I was actually looking for one today and couldn't find one. So go figure. But we have some really cool things. This is going to be an interesting show. Our show is called All Things Beauty in General. So that's what we're going to talk about today. All things beauty.
Literally all things beauty. You know what I think is so amazing about this show is that beauty in general is just kind of moving into a new space.
Yes,
people are doing so many new things with beauty products, beauty lines. But I feel like we're also moving into a new space. Like after today, all of our shows will be in the triple digits or beyond. That's true. We're moving into a new space just like beauty.
It's a new era. Okay. It's a new era here at All Things Beauty. So we want to commemorate that by talking about all things beauty. We have a multitude of things we're going to touch today, from actual beauty products and different deals that are going on in the stores right now, all the way to things that might help out beauty professionals. We're going to talk branding. We're going to talk networking. So we're going to really cover some things today that's going to touch people who are just wanting to know the best product to people who are building a business in beauty. So we're looking forward to talking all about this.
Absolutely.
So Ulta, okay, I think they're in the middle right now of their 21 days of beauty.
Yes.
Have you done
the word on the curb is that it's popping too.
Yes.
They're not just having just the beauty products that are maybe the Ulta line.
Right.
They're having like some real deal stuff.
Everything.
I was hearing so much about it. I was like, let me log on and see. Let me just see what it's all about.
Right.
I even saw some Anastasia eyebrow pencils for $10. $10.
Yes. I know a coworker and I went about a week ago or so, and same again, they had some Anastasia lip glosses, like lip colors for $10. They had, I get an email every day of whatever the new product is. So I'm talking about from brushes to beauty to skincare products, and I'm brand name. Like you said, it's not just Ulta. Okay. It is brand named, Anastasia, Smashbox, all of the really higher end products are on sale. Okay. So you guys go check out Ulta. They're doing the 21 days of beauty. I think they do it twice a year.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
And it's worth it. I know sometimes going to Ulta, you don't feel like stopping off or whatnot, but it's worth it.
But I love that they even honor the sales online as well. Yes. So you don't have to go into the store and hunt things down. One thing that I was really hoping to get was something called the Mali Face Defender. You all know we live in Houston and the weather in the summer can be unbearable. Yeah. And so I was looking for something that would really help outside of making sure you prime the skin and set the skin well, making sure that the makeup lasts, primarily for my summer brides I have coming up. And a lot of the major heavy hitters in the makeup industry have been talking about this Mali Face Defender. And it was sold out. It was on the 21 Days of Beauty, which is why I went to the website. And when I went, it was sold out.
So what is it, like a primer?
It is some people have said that they use it prior to the foundation, but you're really supposed to use it on top of the foundation, almost like in addition to the setting spray. And it's just something that's translucent. I don't have it, so I don't really know what the texture is like, but apparently it comes with a sponge and you just like blot it on the face. Don't rub, just pat on top of the makeup, and it like locks it in.
Oh, wow.
So I've been using Ben Nye Final Seal, but this is supposed to be like the product kind of that's kind of adjacent to it outside of being in a liquid form.
Okay. So. That is real interesting.
If it ever comes back in stock, maybe I'll tell you.
Yeah. I definitely want to know about that. I definitely want to know about that. Well, speaking of products that you like.
Yes.
What products are you loving? If you had like 3 products right now that you're loving, what are they right now?
So I don't even think I can just say 3, but I will for the sake of time and for the sake of the show. So I'm always going to harken back to skincare. I think skincare is just the basis of what beauty really is.
That's right.
Physical beauty on the face, of course. Like just taking care of your skin is just going to have such a amazing payoff in terms of the longevity of your skin's like elasticity and just how your makeup wears. It impacts so many different things.
It does.
So one of my products that I'm going to mention is a moisturizer that I recently got into. I just had microdermabrasion 2 days ago, and so I've been doing a little light peeling, so my makeup isn't really laying how I like it to normally. But what really has been helping and saving the day is underneath my foundation, I've been wearing La Mer moisturizer. Have you heard of it?
No, but I've always seen about it on the skincare blogs, on the beauty blogs.
Honey.
Is it?
Honey.
Is it what it is?
So it's supposed to be infused with some ancient algae or sea kelp that is like been saving women's faces since BC,
right?
You know,
right?
But apparently, it's not apparently, but it really is kind of costly and it's a little expensive.
Yeah.
So it's like I started off with like the half an ounce, and it was like maybe less than $100 just for that really small amount. Yeah, I know. And what I really like about it, and I just tried it. I wanted to just try it out, and so I'm glad I started with that size. Now I have the large size in terms of the face moisturizer, but they also have like a body moisturizer or lotion, if you will, body cream, and then they have, of course, a whole line of skincare. So I now have the moisturizing cleanser and kind of going along with it. And I've seen definitely a really strong improvement in my overall skin texture and tone.
Okay, yeah.
So that's one.
I mean, you say it's not laying good.
It's not.
It looks good to me.
Thank you.
But I can tell that you have moisture in your skin right now. I can tell it's not dry. If you're peeling right now, I don't see it. So I guess La Mer is doing
Shout out to La Mer.
It better for that price.
Okay. It better. I was like, tomorrow, the first time I used it, I'm like, tomorrow morning I better wake up with a new face,
right?
You know,
right?
Because you also don't like put it on. You have to like pat it into the skin. So it's a whole technique that goes on. La Mer is a lifestyle.
Yeah, that's
hashtag.
True.
That's a new hashtag.
Yeah, La Mer. Okay.
But the second product that I'll mention is also with skincare. It's from Tatcha.
Okay.
It's a luminous spray that I've been using.
Okay.
Usually before bed. Some people like to even use it as a setting spray. I don't really like to do that because I already naturally have oily skin, so I don't need anything to add even more. You know, essence. But yeah.
Okay.
That's my second. And then my third, speaking of essence, is a skin essence.
Okay.
So have you ever heard of the Korean, the K-Beauty 10-step skincare system?
Yeah. That sounds familiar. I never read about it.
So it's phenomenal. Let me just start there. But secondly, and when I started looking more and more into it, I basically have been doing all of the steps, you know? So that was just kind of cool. But one thing that I hadn't been using was a skin essence. So it's not really a toner. It's not really just a spray. It is a liquid, but you're supposed to put it on like after cleansing.
Right.
And it's supposed to just help the skin become ready for the next product.
Oh,
so
nice.
a little bit deeper than the toner.
Right. Okay.
So those are my three.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I definitely need to give you on the skincare tip because, like you said, skincare is so important underneath makeup. I mean, we can be beat for the gods, but if you have bad skin, then it's just gonna poke through the makeup. You know, the makeup is not concealing it. Okay, I wish I would have learned that in high school because I just knew that I was covering up blemishes with makeup, and I was not. Well, my three products, I do have one skincare product in there, but two makeup products. Sacha Buttercup setting powder.
Girl.
Child, that is
everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm big on setting powder. I like to put my foundation on and then put concealer under the eyes and brighten up and all that kind of stuff. I have combo skin though, so I don't put setting powder on my whole face because it's dry. It looks patchy in the areas of my skin that's dry, but it looks great in my areas, my T-zone, you know. So I follow Makeup Shayla. She's one of my favorite makeup artists.
I love her, and she's from the Bay.
Yes,
yeah.
So she started talking about this Sacha Buttercup, and I was like, okay, I need to try this. $20 on Amazon, the best $20 I've ever spent.
Wow.
It completely mattifies your makeup. I mean, sets it in place, mattifies the areas that are mattified.
But have you taken a picture in it? How does it look on film?
No flash. None. Zero. Zilch. None.
What?
None.
What?
And I had been using the Laura Mercier.
Yep, that's what I use.
And I like it, but there were some times that I would take pictures and I would have a little flashback.
Even with the brown one? Because now they introduced the brown.
You know, the brown one doesn't highlight the way that I want it to. You know, it's great for like an all over face setting powder, but if I'm just wanting to go under the eyes and here and brighten, then the brown kind of deepens it. But when I say no flash black, you're not gonna have no ghost looking peaches.
Wow, that's amazing.
Buttercup. So
I love
$20 on Amazon. And it's a big picture of it. You know, it's a lot of powder that comes in and you don't need a lot. I just take the end of my beauty blender and stick it in there, and that's that. So,
and I love that it's Black owned too.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. You know, I'm always trying to support Black owned businesses.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yes.
So, well, before we transition, I do want to pay a little bit of bills. So this portion of the show is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month. And 39% of adults say they don't have enough savings. Don't become one of these statistics, y'all. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of new age of financial services. So my next product is a skincare line, and we actually had Miss Dominique DeMoss of Replenish Skincare on the show a few weeks ago, but she has a mint exfoliating cream or exfoliating that is bomb.
Really?
Bomb. First of all, it smells so good.
I bet.
98% of her line is botanical. So it's all natural skincare, you know, items that are coming out of the earth that's in her products. So the mint is truly real mint smell. But I really like the grit. One thing about, I'm kind of an exfoliating freak, but I hate those watery exfoliants that are beads and, you know, you put it on, it feels like lotion. I like a grittier exfoliant, but nothing that's going to also rub your skin off either. So hers is the perfect mix. It is not at all watery, but it's also not so harsh that you're going to walk away with scratched or, you know, red skin. So I've used that. It's actually good enough to use every day or gentle enough to use every day, but I use it probably about 4 or 5 times a week.
What is it retailing for?
It is $35. Okay. But you get a lot.
Oh, nice.
I actually, when I first ordered a product from her, she gave me a sample, and my sample was like this big, and it lasted me probably a month.
Wow.
Because you don't need a lot.
That's
you know?
awesome.
So shout out to Dominique at Replenish Skincare Company. Her products are bomb. I've used more than just the scrub, but I would say that the scrub is probably my absolute favorite.
Oh.
And the third product is for contouring. So we're really going to have a whole show on just, you know, brown skin in the beauty industry, because one of the struggles for me coming up in beauty, loving beauty, was finding just products that work for my skin, whether it be foundation or setting powder or whatever. So the recent struggle is contouring. You know, a lot of makeup companies will not make products that are deep enough for deep skin. So Black Radiance, however, didn't count us out.
Yes.
And they have a plethora of pressed powders that go really, really deep. And so I picked up this pressed powder. It's like $5 or $6 at Walmart, y'all. $5 or $6.
Wow.
And I use it. It's a pressed powder, but I use it to contour on my cheeks, and it is a flawless. For it to be $5 or $6,
it looks amazing in person. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but
you would think that it's there. It is, it's popping.
Yes.
You would think that it was $50 at Sephora. It wears all day. You know, it doesn't get oily or anything like that. I mean, it's really the best $5 or $6 that I've ever spent.
Wow.
So those are my 3 kind of must-have products right now. Yep.
Love it.
I know, girl.
You got some good choices. Look, I got my shopping list together.
Yes. I'm going to need Houston Housewives of Finance once I'm done.
Yes. Okay. Well, as we're going to transition now, because now that we've talked about products and things like that, I don't know how you've been feeling, but I've been feeling like I'm enjoying the weather, apparently. You know, it's not too hot, not too cold.
So glad it's not cold
anymore. I love
anymore.
the spring. Yes. Everyone's so happy that it's not frightfully cold now. But I noticed that as the season began to change, the pollen being kicked up in the air, the ragweed, whatever it was just was really, really harsh. And so a lot of people, not myself, thankfully, but a lot of people have been not really feeling so well. I have been getting that springtime sickness. I know even in the summertime, a lot of people also get like that summer sickness or the summer cold.
Right.
And so I wanted to bring to the forefront today, if you're not feeling too well and maybe you are still wanting to look as well as you possibly can, given your current kind of health situation, some makeup tips that you can use maybe when you're feeling not so well or when you're sick.
That's a good one.
You know?
Yeah.
And so for me, in some of my research, when I am not really feeling well, I just really want to make sure that I'm hydrated.
Right.
So obviously hydrating from within, so drinking enough water, keeping up on your fluids, but also hydrating kind of outwardly as well, and making sure that your skin is nice and moisturized as well. Because sometimes when you're sick, your complexion can look a little ruddy or you know, a little sallow, and so making sure that you're moisturizing well is the first step, I think.
Right. No, I agree, and I would say one of my favorite moisturizers for that is actually by Neutrogena. It's like $20 unless you get it on sale. And I forget the actual brand name, but it's the one that it's blue, and it's the one that has hyaluronic acid in it, which hyaluronic acid is like a beauty must right now, anti-aging must. But it is so soft. It's like pillow soft. And even if you have oily skin, which I have, like I said, I have combo oily, you put it on and it just melts into your skin. And with the hyaluronic acid in it, it kind of almost plumps it a little bit. So you can almost put that on, and if you don't feel like wearing a lot of makeup or just putting on a little powder and mascara, it gives a really good base, and it just kind of wakens your skin back up again and makes you, and you feel like crap on the inside, but you really can conceal it with using a good moisturizer, and especially that one. So that's kind of a beauty tip out there if you're looking for a moisturizer that's affordable and that works good, and that can really kind of get you going in the morning when you're sick. I really like that one.
That's such a good product mention. Like I'm gonna actually have to look into that. Do you think that it will wear well even in the summertime when it's really sticky and hot outside?
So they have one. It's supposedly for dry skin, but don't let that fool you, combo oily folks, because I have combo skin and I use it. But they do have a dry and an extra dry. The dry is more of a gel based formula, whereas the extra dry is more of a gel cream. So I would say if you're worried about, getting too oily with it, use just the dry with the gel. I actually use the gel cream year round. And like I said, I'm combo oily, so I do have dry spots on the perimeter of my face. And I've never had an issue with oil because it's water based. So it really does sink into the pores of your skin. And I still put on primer on top of it, put foundation on top of it, and still have a mostly matte complexion throughout the day.
But they say that gel moisturizers are the way to go for a combo oily skin.
Absolutely.
So
and it feels really good. It smells good.
Ooh.
I mean, I've been using it almost 2 years now.
And the price point is probably really good then too.
$20. And that's on the high side. That's if you get it at like Walgreens or CVS. If you go to like a Target or a Walmart, it's like $17-18.
Perfect.
And then, CVS and Walgreens will always run in special. So you can get 20-30% off. And it's, like I said, I've been wanting to change, and I have changed moisturizers a couple times, but I always go back home to that Neutrogena, the one with the hyaluronic acid in it.
I
so
love
it's really good.
Good mention. So another thing that kind of came to mind is a lot of people when they're sick, what do they tend to do? Blow their nose a lot. Blow their nose.
The worst.
And oftentimes the constant kind of action in that area can create kind of that rough, kind of dry, sore, red area, if you will. Sometimes the skin is peeling. And so I think an easy remedy for that is just adding a little Neosporin there.
Oh, okay.
About that. So not a whole lot where you got a little grease face, like you have Vicks Vapor Rub all around, but just like a little bit to really obviously aid in the healing process. But also just to kind of treat that area as well, so it's not just raw and open.
For sure. And I would definitely say, and I'm all about saving some money, but don't do cheap tissues when you're sick, because the cheaper tissues are rougher.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, and if you're gonna be blowing your nose a lot, you really need that comfort of some of that softness around your nose. So go ahead and get the Kleenex, get the brand name. Don't do cheap. Don't do paper towels.
If you're gonna splurge, that's a good thing to splurge on. And it's not gonna break the bank. Usually, tissue.
Absolutely. And I would just say overall, get rest. Listen to your body. If you need to take a day off at work, I'm a proponent of this. I mean, seriously, to sleep in, and get some extra rest. Your body heals. We go. We're in the society of multitasking and being up at 6 and going to bed at 10, and so when you're sick, that honestly keeps you sick longer.
Yeah, it does.
So just like you want to stay hydrated, things like that. You get some rest. If you're not feeling well, do not force yourself to do things that, listen to your body. If your body is saying, hey, I need to chill.
Absolutely.
Okay. So we've come to the time, Facebook Live, where we have to say bye to you guys. But before we go, we ask that you subscribe to our show on all the major platforms, including iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. Review our show in iTunes with constructive feedback. We want to know what you think. We want to know what interests you. Give us some ideas of topics that you want to hear about us talk about on the show. Share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with your family and friends. And donate to our mission to bring enriched and inspiring content each and every week. You can do this at www.thespheretv.com/donate. So we are saying bye to you this week. We will see you again next week. Make sure you subscribe to our show via all of the channels that I just said so that you can catch the rest of the show.
Bye guys. Thanks for tuning in for the 100th time.
Yes. We'll see you next week for one-on-one, okay? Right.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay. So keeping with this kind of theme or this topic, something else that I wanted to highlight, no pun intended, or maybe a little pun intended,
know, right?
is makeup in general. Keeping the makeup light when you're not feeling well. This is not the time to pull out your best and baddest red lip. Maybe you shouldn't be wearing stunner during this time when you walking around with the sniffles and all of that, and puffy eyes. But you really want to make sure that you keep the makeup light and simple. You mentioned earlier a little mascara, a little powder. That's really the way to go. Just to pull together everyday clean look.
Right. And for sure. And if you're sneezing and have watery eyes, either don't do the mascara or do a waterproof mascara because it's not cute to be getting ready for your meeting. You're already sneezing and not feeling good. And then you've got black under your eyes because you've been sneezing and your eyes are watering and your mascara is running. So if you're going to do mascara, which really you shouldn't if you've got watery eyes and things like that. But if you just insist, make sure you do a waterproof mascara.
And speaking of the eye area, sometimes eyeshadow is just too much when you're sick and not feeling well and you don't have time for a blended crease or a cut crease and all of this extravagant stuff. So maybe just adding a little cream blush, I've noticed, to the eyelid just to add a little warmth, a little color, a little depth, a little dimension. And also a little sheen too. I agree. And that kind of may just be just enough. And you can also use the same look or the same color or the same product on your cheek as well, since it is a blush. So maybe that's the way to go.
Right. And you mentioned pressed powder earlier. I definitely think a pressed powder or maybe a BB cream is the way to go as opposed to a foundation, because if you are blowing your nose, it's not cute again to start seeing, you got foundation everywhere else except for right here. That that's not cute. You don't want that. So, but if you wear BB cream, a BB cream is a little bit more to your skin tone. Same thing with the pressed powder. It's not that textured, if you will, the way foundation is. So if you're rubbing your nose and blowing your nose and things like that, it's not going to show up as much. So don't skip the liquid foundation if you're blowing your nose, got a runny nose, having to touch your face with a tissue and things like that, and just stick to a pressed powder or BB cream, lighter coverage, going in theme with the lighter makeup overall, and that'll keep you from, I'm trying to keep y'all from looking crazy in your meetings, y'all. Okay, we don't need missing makeup and black, mascara running. We still want to keep it together even if we're not feeling good, and if you're not feeling good, that's why I said stay at home, get some rest.
Another really good tip, I think, is if you're not feeling well, we already talked about hydration and kind of overall self-care, but exercising.
Yes.
Something that I don't think a lot of people realize is that obviously exercise is good. Everyone knows this. It impacts so many different areas. Not only how you look physically, but how you are operating internally. But even on the cellular level, exercise has really been shown to be anti-inflammatory. So if you have issues with eczema, psoriasis, whatever the case is, it really, that 30 minutes even of exercise is really going to help impact that on the smallest scale, the cellular level. And so really just making sure that you're keeping up with daily activity is also very helpful.
Right. And that's interesting that you say that, because I guess when they say, my husband, he's a big workout guy, but he's like, man, when I'm sick, I gotta go sweat this out. And he literally does feel better, later that day or the next day. So that makes sense with it being anti-inflammatory. It's literally sucking those germs and sucking that infection or whatever it might be out of your body. You're literally sweating it out. It's coming out of your waste. So that makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. So before we mention our last tip for the ladies who may not be feeling so well during this beautiful springtime weather, keeping in the same kind of theme of wellness, this portion of the show is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We are committed to the finest possible oral care and the overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and a friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel that they are part of our family. You know, dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable, but Dr. Baptiste and her team work tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. Baptiste at Elite Dental Wellness by calling 713-789-8680. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Baptiste.
Yes.
Okay, so the last piece of advice or information I like to share during this segment is a jade roller. Have you ever heard of this apparatus?
I have not heard of this, but it sounds like it's good, so I can't wait to hear about it.
Well, it's nice. I've only had one for a couple of days, and I'm all about, so I naturally have a round face. I can't ever do anything about it. But some days I notice that I wake up and I am a little more puffy than I am other days. And so in talking to my esthetician, she really did, and I love her because she is all about the organic or the natural, the homeopathic way of kind of handling issues or illnesses or ailments that you may have. So she recently suggested a jade roller. And I'm not sure why it has to be jade, but I'm all for it because my little sister's name is Jade. My name is Amethyst. So I'm all for anything kind of stone, gemstones, jewel related.
Right.
And it's something that you can definitely do with your hands. But in her mentioning that sometimes if you use your hands, you will have a tendency to pull on the skin. And that's something that we definitely don't want to do.
Right.
So having a jade roller, you'll actually move up the side of the cheek, almost like a contour, and down the side of the neck. So kind of in this like little motion here. And you kind of want to repeat those motions on both sides of the face, kind of moving any toxins or any fluids that may be kind of in the area.
Right.
More so towards the internal organs. That way it can be eliminated through your waist.
Okay.
And so it's a really great way just to kind of obviously get the circulation moving, but also get the lymphatic system up and pumping.
Right.
So I think it's a really great way. I've been like, can I do it on my arms?
I know.
Like, stomach? Like, can you do it other places?
Right.
I'm trying to figure it out too.
Right.
But yeah, from what I've seen in my kind of 3 days of using it, I've actually seen some really cool benefits.
Okay. Good. So do you notice any changes like to your actual like contour of your skin or your face?
I do, kind of like about an hour or so later. So
Really?
yeah, I was coming here after work, so I don't have it with me, kind of just my purse or at work. But otherwise I would have been doing it, honey, before I got on the camera.
Right.
But yeah, in the first hour or so after doing it in the morning, and then of course drinking water first thing as soon as I wake up, those two things combined really have helped.
What's the price point?
So I guess it depends on where you get it from. I got mine from a little shop in Chinatown, and so it was about $20.
Okay.
And it's pure jade. So I'm feeling it.
I'm
liking
all
it.
about those kind of things. So.
And, you know, in talking to her as well, since she is an esthetician, she looks at a lot of faces. And so last time when she did my microdermabrasion a couple of days ago, she remarked on it. And she was like, I can tell just a little darkness around your eyes because all of the toxins are just built up in your system. It will aid in making kind of the darkness around the eyes deepen. And she was like, I can tell your lymphatic system is draining because of that just alone.
Right.
So it's helpful.
Okay. That's really, really, really good to know. Okay. All the beauty tea today.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay. So for our next segment, I wanted to really pick your brain about something.
Okay.
Since you have some exciting things coming up. And I think we need to just delve into it right now. What have you been doing? Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been watching the show recently, you have seen a lot of beautiful faces on the screen, but we have not been seeing Miss Haley James for the last couple of weeks. And so I've been missing her energy, her spirit, and her beautiful face. So what have you been doing? Because you've been busy.
I have been busy. So my 9 to 5 keeps me real busy anyway, and I travel with it. So that's a lot of times when you guys don't see me, it's because I'm out of town on assignment with my 9 to 5. But I have been personally getting ready to launch a new blog called For the Love of Beauty. So that's why you see that in my Instagram. Make sure you guys go follow For the Love of Beauty right now, and I'll tell you why. But so previously I had been doing, when I first came on the show, I came on talking about my wedding and event planning. Okay. And while I'm still doing that here and there, I found, and it's so interesting how when you're in business, you know, you kind of find, you know, what really is going to work for you. And so with me having a really crazy 9 to 5, really demanding 9 to 5, event planning is another really demanding industry. And I love doing it. It works even better when you have a team, but it got really hard to balance both. So while I'm doing it for, you know, closer clients or maybe just by referral. I'm not doing it as much anymore. And it actually feels, I'm sad because I love doing it, but it feels almost relieving in a way because it was a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But I miss blogging, you know, and that's what I love to do. And the core of what I love is beauty and not just outer beauty. I mean, obviously I love talking about, you know, Sacha Buttercup or, you know, the latest things to do on your skin and with your makeup. But beauty is so much more than just, you know, makeup. It is truly what's inside. So For the Love of Beauty is going to be a beauty and lifestyle blog that focuses on 4 elements of areas of my life that I find a lot of beauty in, but also that the average modern day woman finds a lot of beauty in too. And so it's kind of broad in a way. The elements are going to be beauty and style. So obviously that, who doesn't love beauty and style?
Yes.
But we're also going to talk about entrepreneurship.
Yes.
So I really want to bring women to the forefront who are in business for themselves, whether it's business for themselves or whether she's in her 9-to-5 and her career working up. Because entrepreneurship is awesome, but there's also career women who love being at their 9-to-5, and there's nothing wrong with that. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about lifestyle and wellness. So working out, eating good, you know, different things, part of traveling. I mean, it's going to encompass everything that is beautiful in making your lifestyle be what you want it to be. And then we're also going to talk, you know, love and relationships and marriage. I'm happily married. I've been married for about 1.5 years. And there's so many beautiful things about marriage, obviously, but there's things that need to be talked about. You know, there's things about marriage and relationships that need to be talked about. Sometimes they're not so beautiful things that happen to make things more beautiful. So the blog, it's a litany of things, honestly, that it's called For the Love of Beauty because it's more of a lifestyle. It's what are the things in your life as a woman do you live for the love of beauty in? And that's what it's all about. It's a blog, but it's a brand. It's a lifestyle. I'm really, really excited about it. And it should be launching by the end of April.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to do a photo shoot. I had Tori Chalet. She was on the show.
Oh, yes.
She's
Miss
doing
Tori.
styling. So I'm excited about that.
So it's going to be bomb.
Yes. Beeline Beauty is going to be on the makeup.
Oh,
you know,
love it.
Shout out to Ronnie.
It. Ronnie is amazing.
Yes.
Honey, a staple in the Houston makeup artistry world.
Awesome. So I'm coming with it. We're going to talk about all kinds of things. And so I can't wait to get back on the show and really talk about it and bring everybody up to speed about what's going on. So make sure you're following For the Love of Beauty.
Yes.
I'm going to be doing some giveaways to celebrate the launch of the blog. Some really cool surprise things may pop up on the Instagram, of course, the blog. So if you're not following, you should be following. Follow now.
You know, I'm so proud of you. Let me just say that.
Thank you.
And I'm also so excited. I love things with depth and dimension, and I like when women can have a multitude of things going on and not just be so linear in their focus. And so I feel like obviously your life is a reflection of what you'll be sharing on your blog. Apparently, I'm sure that's why you did that. And I'm so excited just to delve in and check it out.
Thank you. Also, we're going to be launching some apparel. So For the Love of Beauty tank.
Love it.
So we're going to be doing tanks and tees in a few different colors. That's also going to be launching with the launch of the blog. Because like I said, For the Love of Beauty is not just about me and my blog. It's a lifestyle.
Yes.
Okay. So when you wear a shirt like this, it's not just about, let me go check out her blog. It's about, I live for the love of beauty in my life and in so many elements of my life. So that's what it's about.
Very nice. Yeah. Very good. Good for you. Black woman wonder.
Black woman.
I always talk about black girl magic. Black woman wonder.
Yes.
Love it.
Love it.
Just made that up. Okay, so this portion of the show is actually sponsored by The Sphere. Are you starting your business, Haley, and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your products? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here on The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with our strategic ad approach, is surely to hit the mark every single time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Awesome.
Yes.
So now that you have reveal to the world, honey, that you are starting a brand new venture and a lot of things just happening in your life. Something that a lot of people tend to think is very necessary in any industry is networking.
Yeah, it is.
And so I wanted to pick your brain a little bit and ask you, do you have any thoughts about networking? Do you have any strategies, approaches? And this is definitely for the ladies out there who are thinking about maybe starting their own business or maybe taking your business to the next level.
Absolutely.
What you can kind of do.
I would say a couple things. So I'm naturally a really reserved person.
Same.
Networking is not my strength.
Same.
Because number one, I'm kind of shy. But number two, I also don't want to come off as needy, number one, or number two, like I have an ulterior motive. And like my goal is really to find knowledge, you know. So I would say you can't be like that though if you want to successfully launch a brand or a business.
Absolutely.
Because networking is how are people going to know what your product is, what your brand is, what you offer if they don't know about it, you know? So networking is super, super, super important. And I think we're in a time right now where entrepreneurship and brand marketing and things like that is everyone's on this kind of thing to have their own brand, business, product, whatever it might be. Even if you have a career, you're wanting to sell yourself at all times. So networking is super important because sometimes it's who you know.
Yeah.
You know, you are looking for information or knowledge or something. You don't have the information. Somebody else does, you know. So I think it's extremely important to kind of kick the shyness to the curb. Don't worry about ulterior motives or what people may think, and just get out there and ask questions, make connections, pass business cards, follow each other on social media, you know. Don't try to launch a business or even be in your career in the corner, because that's probably where you'll stay. And that's one of the things that I've learned, you know, just in being shy, not only in my own ventures, but even at work, you know, if you don't get out there and get to talking and exchanging information, you probably your progression, I'm not going to say you won't progress, but it'll be a lot slower than it probably has to be. Yeah, so it's important.
You know, I thought you were telling my story when you were talking about you're naturally a more reserved person. You're kind of on the shy side. When I was younger, much younger, it was almost crippling. It was so shy. I had a lot of thoughts and ideas about things that were happening, but I would be so reluctant to share. And so I found my love of books and reading and poetry and other things to really and dance to really help myself kind of get out of that shyness bubble. But as an adult, it's not appropriate. You know, you can't be this amazing, talented, fabulous businesswoman, entrepreneur, and be stuck in the corner because you're shy and you're scared or you have this social anxiety. And one thing that I really have helped to employ in my own life, my own professional life, with my makeup artistry, and even in my personal world, is eliminating expectations.
That's a good one.
In a few fields, but particularly with regard to networking. I think a lot of people approach a networking event. I'm going to pass out X amount of cards. I'm going to meet X amount of people. I'm going to exchange ideas or whatever your goal is. Sometimes setting expectations, especially within the networking realm, can add so much pressure to a situation. One thing that I've been doing that has really helped me is, outside of eliminating expectations, genuinely supporting events, people, things, ideas that I genuinely want to support. And that's I've been pleasantly surprised with what happens naturally as a result of eliminating these expectations and just genuinely going about my daily life, how I like to enjoy my friends, my certain things, events I want to go to. And been really liking the result. And so it's helped to take the pressure off someone who's naturally reserved and shy. And it's really helped me just to enjoy the moment. And I end up honestly networking naturally because I'm genuinely invested in what this person is saying, and we naturally exchange.
No, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. And to add to that, don't worry about what people think about you and your idea.
Absolutely.
You know, I think that's a big one for me too, because I'm like, well, if I go ask so and so about, you know, this and that, is she gonna think that I'm stupid, or is she gonna think that, oh, this little girl, she's trying to get something going, oh, that's cute, you know? I would definitely allow how I would be perceived to cripple me. Now, granted, you want to be perceived positively. You don't want to just, not have any F's to give, you know, but you cannot, it will absolutely cripple you to, worry about what everyone else is thinking about you or your idea, and it will keep you in the corner. And you cannot do that. Some of the most successful business women, career women got out there and sold themselves and took a chance, so that's definitely something that I'm taking into my venture right now.
Love it.
Even like when I reached out to Tori, and I know Tori, but for styling, the old me would have been like, oh, why she's gonna be wondering why you want to put together some outfits to take, no, it was just amazing. I was like, Tori, I have this idea. I really want to do this. She was like, what, girl? That's so amazing. Yeah. And we have literally made magic happen.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be, I mean, she put together some stuff that I would have never even tried.
I wish I would have been on the show when Tori was on, speaking of Tori, because I remember Tori when she was a makeup artist. I don't know if a lot of people know this. And then she did hair for a while, a long time. Still does. And now and I've just seen her in so many different areas where she's been able to let her creativity shine and flow. And so I know with this here.
It's going to be awesome.
She's
actually coming back on the show to do a style session soon.
What?
So,
I'll be tuning in.
She's going to be doing, hopefully, a quarterly style session soon. So y'all look out for that because it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so network. I mean, you have to. Instagram makes it so easy. Sending a quick DM or Facebook or whatever it might be, email. I mean, if you have a question for somebody and you think they have the knowledge, the most they can do is not respond.
Yeah. Or say no. And if that's the case, you're back in the same place where you started. Yeah. So nothing lost.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe it wasn't meant for you to connect. I mean, you just kind of have to trust in this situation that it's going to work out the way it's supposed to, with who it's supposed to.
Absolutely.
And just, ride your journey. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah.
Perfect. Thanks for sharing those tips.
Okay.
So the last thing that we will talk about or discuss for the modern woman, the young lady, the millennial, the Gen Zer, whoever you are, the baby boomer, whoever you are or find yourself to be, is personal branding.
Yes.
Because just like with networking, quote unquote, that we just discussed, personal branding is something that you need to employ in a multitude of different areas.
Right.
Your professional world, obviously your personal world.
Right.
You will kind of want to stay on brand, and no matter what you're doing.
Right.
And so maybe what are some tips or ideas that you kind of use for personal branding?
So definitely with the blog right now, like I said, I am, first of all, I think one of the things that I'm doing this time around that I didn't do the first time around is not being cheap, which sounds funny, but seriously. So I'm actually investing in a professional photo shoot for the blog, for content. I'm actually investing in the styling, in the makeup. I mean, you think about it. When somebody tells us about a website and we go to the website, we judge the business based off the website. If it's an old rinky dink, real slow, real basic website, we're going to have a preconceived notion about the business, the products, the owners, whatever it might be, So this is your brand. This is you're birthing this. Invest in your brand. Yeah. That's what I would definitely say. So no matter what you want to do, whatever it takes to get your brand off the ground and make it look great, don't shortchange it at all. So that's definitely one piece of advice that I would offer. And this goes back to just maybe more personal branding, but I would just say keep a good reputation.
Yeah, that was my point.
And I mean, that might be too old school, but seriously, my mama always said to me, you never know who you're going to meet. If you really get out there and get successful with your branding, people are probably going to know about your brand before they even know you, So when they meet you, be nice to people, be good, be polite, say please and thank. I mean, that sounds so basic, but I can't tell how many people I've ran into, whether it be makeup artists or just people in the business, maybe either my personal experience or someone else. And they're like, you know what? So-and-so is rude.
Yes.
I don't want to work with her anymore because she's rude, or so-and-so is really brash in her blogs. She's very one-sided about this, or, I've seen so-and-so, drunk on the corner, passed out. I mean, whatever the case may be, just know once you decide to get out there with a brand or a business or a product or whatever, you are going to, you are public spectacle, and I just think having a really good reputation, representing yourself in the best, most elite way is literally your first step in the door with your brand. And people are going to know who you are and what you represent from that right there.
And even outside of how you treat people and kind of your interactions that you have with others, even what you post on social media or on public outlets. There are a lot of things that I come across on the gram that are hilarious and super funny. But I'm like, you know what? I would be this close to reposting, but this is so off brand. This isn't representative of who I am as a person. Even I just think it's funny for the moment. And so just even being consistent in that regard. And now, of course, I have a makeup artistry page and outlet, and then I also have a personal brand in my own personal page. But even on either one, like, you are your brand, and you're your first brand spokesperson. And so you want to make sure that you're always holding true to the ideals of what you set forth for your brand, and making sure that your actions line up and are consistent with that.
And we're not saying not to be genuine. Be totally genuine. Actually, you must be, because people are real quick to try to point out what's fake. You know what I mean? But I think Amethyst is right. I mean, you know, if you have a brand and you're trying to, you know, uphold sophistication and things like that, you probably don't want to be, you know, cussing like a sailor all the time. You know,
or twerking or whatever.
I mean, you just have to figure out what you're doing and align what it is that you do. Align your actions to that. I mean, it's as simple as that. So, that's what I'm still on the personal branding journey, but that's for sure what I've found in just me doing the event planning, and then now me doing the blogging and things like that. That's for sure what has worked so far for me.
Love it.
So, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see as it gets launched and things like that, how it goes. I'm still such a shy person, so people, like strangers knowing me, is still
you know, and I think you're gonna get out of that, and especially because you're sharing so much of yourself, you have no other recourse. Like at this point, now that you've agreed to kind of embark on this journey, and I'm excited because that's gonna bring you out even more from your shell.
It really will.
So this is beautiful.
It really will.
It's gonna be an amazing journey and some growth happening. I can't wait to get a front row seat.
Oh girl, I can't wait. All Things Beauty will definitely get a front row seat. I can't wait to talk about it and just bring up some of the topics. I have so many things in mind that I want to bring to the show.
Awesome.
Like I said, beauty, we're going to talk about the hottest and the latest, but I really want us to get down deep about some things that our community struggles with, that women in our community, women of all communities, but especially in our community, struggle with. There's really some things that we need to get some discussions going about. So I hope to be able to bring that to All Things Beauty and get us talking about it.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. And now we have an XL deluxe episode of All Things Beauty. We're almost at an hour.
I know.
Okay.
I know. This is good. We have a lot to talk about today. So
well, I'm all out. Do you have anything else to share?
I'm all out. Like I said, I think this was just a great 100th show.
Yeah.
You know, we really got to All Things Beauty. That's what this was. So, I'm excited for the future of All Things Beauty and just the sphere in general. And again, I know we keep saying this, but if you're not following the network, you should be following the network. There's some amazing things happening here with some amazing young professionals. And it's just going to get bigger and better. So you need to be on board.
We'll definitely get bigger and better. I've actually talked to Gary a little bit about kind of what he plans to do in the next 5-10 years with the network. And y'all just have to stay tuned and see. It's this won't,
very soon, this won't just be, you know, so Houston based. I mean, it's already international, but seriously, this is just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And you will want to be along for the ride. Absolutely. I can tell you that. So.
Well, today we thank you for your time, your attention, and your viewership. We hope that you have an amazing rest of the week, and we look forward to seeing you next week on show number 101. But for now, good night, and y'all be blessed.
God bless.